Game time.
Papa's in the house.
Wow, what's all this?
I'm all about stats. For instance, have I got some numbers for you? Papa John's, a leader in online ordering.
You bet, Jim.
You were the first pizza company to offer it nationwide. What's the secret?
Jim, it's the pizza.
To celebrate our online leadership, get Papa John's new double pepperoni and bacon pizza for just $12.
Better ingredients
Better pizza.
and a better way to get it, papajohns.com.
Moses Lake looks nicer today thanks to Vision 2020 and volunteers. Reporter Vivian Huang has the story.
For 12 years, Vision 2020 has gathered groups of volunteers, taking to the streets for the annual Moses Lake citywide cleanup. Volunteers lined up behind the Porterhouse Steakhouse where vests, garbage bags, and route assignments were distributed. Cleanup Route Coordinator Alan Haru said the significance in the event lies in Vision 2020's dedication to the city and making it a better place.
Basically, as you're driving down the road, if you look around, there's a lot of litter, and it's not necessarily people throwing things out of their cars, although that does happen a lot, but it's garbage cans that aren't covered, things that get knocked over, just the wind around here. It'll move garbage from one place to another place, and it all accumulates beside roads, in fences, in fields, and if somebody doesn't go out and pick that up, it sticks there, and it just doesn't look good. It's a very bad image as people are driving towards town, and so what we try to do is make sure that my focus as the route guy who handles where people are going is first, the main entrance is into Moses Lake, and then the streets that people are going to travel the most when they're visiting town. Because what we want to do is put our best foot forward and try to make the image that we portray, be as neat and tidy as we can.
Haru also notes the areas in the city that need the most attention change constantly depending on where the wind blows.
The fields behind the movie theater, as you have buildings and such in town, there's nothing that really stops the garbage till it hits the fields, and then it sticks in the weeds. The big wall up along Highway 17 on the south end gets a whole lot of garbage that accumulates in the fence over there. The fence along Highway 17 over by Lowe's will get a lot in there because as things blow, it hits the field on the edge of the road, and that's where it sticks. Now, if the wind had been blowing the other direction this week, it'd be the other end of town that's getting it. So it really kind of depends.
For iFIBER 1 News, this is Vivian Huang.
A man reportedly gave a bank teller his driver's license to cash a stolen check. Prosecutors charged Zane Berg, a 28-year-old Othello man, in Grant County Superior Court with attempted theft in the first degree, forgery, and possessing stolen property in the second degree. Berg reportedly walked into Chase Bank in Moses Lake on April 26th wanting to cash a $6,000 check. He allegedly handed the teller the check along with his driver's license and Social Security card. After determining the account did not have enough money, the tellers photocopied his information and Berg left the bank. Officials contacted the checking account holder, who said they didn't know Berg, and the bank staff called the police. Berg allegedly denied knowing the check was stolen and told officers he received the check from a man to pay for his work. Berg allegedly couldn't tell officers the name of the man he worked for. In Northwest news, storms ripped through parts of Northwest Washington State yesterday, leaving behind a mess in some places. Cairo's Natasha Chen has a look at the damage in Snohomish County.
Just after 4 o'clock, Amanda Arneson suddenly heard what sounded like an airplane when she looked out the window.
At least as tall, if not taller than our house, which is 2 stories. And it just looked like your typical Wizard of Oz type tornado.
The Weather Service will come out to determine whether this was a tornado, funnel cloud, or just a really strong straight-line storm.
Just ripped right off the side of the house.
It was enough to pull trees out of the ground and throw this trampoline across a yard.
Pushed the barbecue almost off the deck, and then as I grabbed my kids and ran into the middle of the living room, I noticed it picked up the kids' playhouse.
That was sitting on this square.
So this was like on its side, all in pieces, and the kids pushed it back up as a team.
Kids like this neighbor's son, Levi.
Look at my friend's house. It got torn apart.
Levi and the Arneson kids usually play in this, even when it rains. The adults are thankful they weren't playing house at the exact moment the storm came through. And neighbor Lance Chambers is glad a tree fell only on his shed and not on his house.
This is the first time we've had trees come down with this magnitude.
I think I might have to move if it continues to happen.
And that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.